Hi, if you want to watch exclusive content with hot girls that you won't watch on YouTube, namely where Naruto roasts Kushina and Mikoto and many other hot girls without restrictions, then visit my Boosty channel at the link in the description.
This plot begins like many others, with Naruto running away from all the drunkenness. A poor boy of about 4 years old was running and crying, chased by a crowd of drunken people who were very angry about something. There were about 6 or 7 of them, including civilians and ninja, mostly Chunin. The little boy ran into an alley, but it was a dead end. He wanted to turn around and run, but he didn't have time. "You have nowhere to run," one of the ninjas shouted. "If you don't resist, it won't hurt as much," the civilian said sullenly, responding to Naruto's attempts to escape. "Ha ha ha, well, we got the vile demon," the people shouted and started beating Naruto. After about 20 minutes, they'd had enough, and the boy was terribly wounded and bleeding. So they left, leaving him there. One of the men, the one who seemed the most groggy from the booze, spat at Naruto and grinned slyly as he followed everyone else out. The ANBU in the squirrel mask, who was watching this, was about to pick up the demon and, as always, dump him near the hospital. But then Naruto seemed to be absorbed into the ground. He disappeared. The ANBU, naturally confused, went to the Hokage. "The Hokage-sama Jinchuriki has disappeared," reported the ninja in the squirrel mask. "What do you mean, disappeared? Where did you last see him?" "Damn. The Jinchuriki was hanging around near Konoha's walls. I went to take a leak, and when I came back he was gone." The Hokage sighed heavily, lightly tapping the table 3 times as an ANBU in a cat mask appeared next to him. "Did you call Hokage-sama? Take the scoundrel to prison and tell Ibiki to come see him tomorrow." Hey, what are you doing?" the ANBU in the squirrel mask objected. "Yes, Hokage-sama," the other ANBU answered obediently. And first the cat disappeared, and almost immediately after him the squirrel. Hoo, where are you, Naruto?" thought the Hokage, left alone in his office. Naruto had just woken up, floating in a space that felt like it was completely flooded, but he could breathe. His whole body ached. It wasn't for nothing that the boy had a broken arm in 2 places, a broken rib, and a dislocated knee. Suddenly, he felt as if he was slightly pushed back, and all his injuries began to heal right before his eyes. "Boy, who are you?" an unknown male voice was heard in the distance. "I'm Naruto Uzumaki," the boy said quietly, and then added, "And who are you?" At that very second, large blue eyes, equal in size to the Hokage's stone heads, opened. "Ha, me? Who am I?" "The Great Water Lord Shizuku-Nakiofu." "Nice to meet you, kid." "Water Lord. But how did I get here?" "The water itself chose you," he answered. "What does it mean?" "What I said is what it means. If you wish for something, it will come true. For example, you didn't want to be hurt, and after I transferred my power to you, when someone strikes you, your body will turn into a shell of water, and the blow will pass through without causing damage." Naruto's eyes lit up. "Wow! Cool! Ha, of course." Shizuka Nakiofu laughed again. "Since the water itself chose you, I'm obliged to help you. I'll teach you a few tricks. But keep in mind, time moves faster in this world. A day here might pass, a year there." "Really? Hooray. But a year is definitely too much. Then let's start training right now, because after each dream your body will change for a year." The training lasted 4 days, during which time Naruto learned to shapeshift by transforming into water and create small pin-sized objects out of ice. Naruto and Shizuka Nakiofu became close, and our Elder Water Lord explained how he could communicate with him by meditating underwater. "Okay, it's time for you to go. Now you'll emerge from the ground where you came to me, and one more thing, you need to train your body so that all my power can pass to you. There's nothing more to say. Bye, Naruto. Good luck." "Bye. Thanks for everything." With these words, Naruto returned back to his world. Most likely, His strength will be greater than mine. Shizuka Nakiofu thought out loud. It will be so, an unknown voice suddenly said, completely confident in its words. What? Ah, is that you, redhead? Naruto opened his eyes, and indeed, he was in the same place. Naruto's appearance had changed. His hair now had a hint of blue in it, and it had grown longer, reaching about mid-back. He had also grown taller. Naruto walked toward the Hokage. At first, the secretary didn't want to let him in, finding it suspicious. Out of the blue, Naruto, who had disappeared 4 years ago, showed up and asked to see the Hokage. But then an A&B wearing a cat mask appeared. What's going on here? He asked. Naruto disappeared to an unknown location. Now he wants to see the Hokage. So maybe it's logical that he wants to go to the Hokage and report where he's been. Is that right? He answered her and looked at Naruto. He answered positively. That's right. Then follow me. I'll take you there. They came to another floor and stopped at the door. A&B knocked on the door. Hokage-sama, may I come in? Come in. Did something happen? The Hokage replied, not looking up from his paperwork. Naruto Uzumaki is back. Hello, old Hokage. Naruto. The Hokage stood up from his chair in surprise. Naruto, where have you been? Well, Naruto looked at the ninja next to him with disbelief. Don't worry, you can trust him. Okay, after I got beaten up again and lost consciousness. Again? The Hokage asked in surprise. But he was even more surprised by Naruto's indifferent delivery of these words. Yes, again. Well, I ended up in another world and met someone. And he taught me for 4 days. What do you mean 4 days? You've been gone for 4 years. And who the hell else taught you? Well, that's how it happened. I can't say anything more. The Hokage sighed heavily. Fine. Your house was torn down, and they're building a new one there. So here are the keys to your new place. The address is written on it. You'll be going to the academy tomorrow. Thank you. See you later, old man Hokage. Naruto shouted and walked out of the Hokage's residence. Naruto walked to the address the Hokage had given him. Everyone was throwing hateful glances at him, as rumors of the demon's return to the village had spread throughout the village. When Naruto arrived at the address, he saw a small residential building. Stepping inside, he found it quite cozy. An envelope lay on the table. He approached it in surprise and opened it, finding a note that read, Naruto Uzumaki, it's me, Cat. The Hokage asked me to give you some money. I hope 10,000 Ryo will be enough for a month, and also a gift from me. Naruto opened the envelope, and sure enough, there were 10,000 Ryo inside. And what is this? Naruto smiled kindly. It looks like a library card. Naruto was interrupted by a loud growling sound in his stomach. Time for something to eat. Naruto patted his stomach. I wonder if Ichiraku Ramen is still open. Okay, let's go check. Naruto arrived at the belt shop about 10 minutes in advance and chose the first seat he found. Hello, 2 miso ramen. Hello for a minute. Ichiraku turned to the client. Oh, Naruto. Where have you been? Just training. I understand. Go see who's here. Came out from behind the screen and said, And who came there? When saw Naruto, she couldn't hold back her tears. Naruto! The girl ran out from behind the counter and hugged Naruto. He hugged her back. Hey, calm down. Why are you crying? I was actually worried. First I heard you were beaten, and then that you were missing. Started crying harder. Naruto hugged her even tighter. Okay, calm down, Sit on the chair. Today the ramen is on me. Thank you, old man Ichiraku. After Naruto had 4 servings of ramen and too, Naruto said goodbye and went home. Once home, Naruto showered and went to bed. After napping, Naruto got ready and headed to the academy. He was the last one to arrive. Class, we'll be welcoming a new student today. The teacher, with a scar across the bridge of his nose, began introducing. "This is Uzumaki Naruto." Everyone began whispering among themselves. And Naruto walked in, said hello, and sat down in an empty seat. The seat was next to a slightly chubby boy wearing a long scarf. "Hello," Naruto greeted. "Hello, my name is Choji, and the guy sleeping next to me is Shikamaru. Nice to meet you." Naruto couldn't resist falling asleep right during his first class. Iruka saw this and threw a piece of chalk at him. With a splash, it flew right through and hit Kiba, who was also asleep, sitting behind him. Ouch. For what? So he doesn't sleep? And Naruto, do you really know everything if you allow yourself to sleep? The teacher scolded sarcastically. Naruto yawned. How can you not know about the use of kunai and shurikens? Then maybe you can show me how it should be done. Naruto silently created a shuriken under his desk and threw it so that it cut the elastic band in his teacher's hair without touching a single hair. Will this do? Yes. Iruka was a little stunned by the academy student's accuracy, and the whole class was stunned, having never seen the teacher with his hair down before. Overall, today at the academy was boring for Naruto. After classes, Naruto went to the 44th training ground, or more simply, the Forest of Death. There, he spent several days learning to transform individual body parts. For example, he could transform his arm with a katana, though not very strong yet, but still. 2 years have passed. 2 years passed at this pace, and it was time for the exam. Naruto passed the theoretical tests first, and throwing shurikens and kunai was no problem either. But the techniques. Transform yourself into any Hokage, the examiner said seriously. Naruto transformed into Tobirama without any problem. Well done, now create clones. Naruto tried to make 2 clones, but they were incomplete and fell to the floor and disappeared with a splash sound. Sorry, kid. You won't be able to pass the exam without clones. It's the foundation of the foundations, after all. Come back next year. A sad Naruto left the academy and sat down on a swing. A man approached him who called himself Mizuki. Naruto, can we step away? Yes, of course, Naruto said incredulously, and they walked into a deserted area around the corner of the academy. Naruto, the examiner has noticed your potential, and you need to pass a special exam. Naruto immediately realized that they were trying to screw him over in good faith, but he still asked, What kind of exam is it? Nothing particularly complicated, you just need to steal the second Hokage's scroll. Wow, I hope I'm appreciated. After talking with Mizuki, Naruto reported everything to the Hokage. The Hokage listened to Naruto's report and made this decision. Naruto, for your analytical skills after capturing the traitor, you'll be given a headband. As for the mission, you'll sneak into the office and retrieve the scroll, which we'll replace with a fake one. Understand the assignment? Yes, sir, old Hokage. That's it, you can go free. Naruto was walking home and thought, I haven't really made much progress in these 2 years. All I've learned is free body transformation, enlarging and shrinking, and now I can create ice and a couple of objects out of water. And in class, I made friends with Choji, Shikamaru, Kiba, and Ino. Great guys, but Sasuke. A loud, pleading cry for help interrupted Naruto's thoughts. He ran into the alley from which the scream had been heard. Rounding the corner, Naruto saw Sasuke beating Ayame and trying to undress her. Come on, I'm the heir to the great Uchiha clan, he said. Stop, let go. Ayame begged and cried. Naruto created a katana out of ice. Now I will deprive the Uchiha clan of an heir. Oh demon, where did you get that katana? I don't care. Someone like you, who didn't even pass the exam, can't defeat me, a genius. Ha ha ha. Sasuke, with a laugh as painful as possible for a 10-year-old, pulled out and threw a kunai. The kunai flew right through Naruto with a gurgling sound. Loser, how did you do this? Ayame took advantage of the moment and hit Sasuke on the head with a trash can lid, causing him to immediately fall unconscious. Ayame adjusted her clothes. "Thank you so much, Naruto." She ran up to him and hugged him. "Okay, go to your father, and I'll take this would-be rapist." "Okay, but come see us at Ichiraku afterward." "Necessarily." Naruto dragged Sasuke toward the Uchiha estate. Once there, he addressed the guard at the gate. "Hello, could you please call Fugaku-sama and Itachi-san?" "What about Sasuke?" the guard asked. "I'll tell them this." About 5 minutes later, Fugaku and Itachi were already at the gate. "Naruto, what's wrong with my son?" Fugaku asked. "Here, take your loser rapist." "What are you talking about?" "What are you talking about?" "About 30 minutes ago, I was walking from the Hokage's residence and heard a scream. I ran toward the sound and saw Sasuke beating and undressing a girl." "You understand that without evidence, not only will I not believe you, but I can also put you behind bars for slandering a clan member." "I can prove it. You need to go to Ichiraku. Father, take Sasuke home, and I'll go." "Okay. In Ichiraku." "I see. So everything Naruto said is true." "Yes. Thank you for reporting this incident. The Uchiha clan will pay compensation." "Oh, I have to run." Naruto threw the money for the ramen on the counter and ran away. "Are you late, Naruto?" the Hokage asked. "No, few, just in time. I'm taking the scroll." "Yeah, run." "In the forest, in the agreed place." "Yeah, I got here a little early. Maybe I should see what they replaced the scroll with?" Naruto opened the scroll. "I see, sclerotic. Forgot to replace the scroll. Maybe I should learn a couple of techniques from it." During the half hour that Mizuki was gone, Naruto learned multiple water clone and deadly wave. While Naruto was practicing using the deadly wave, Mizuki suddenly appeared in front of him. Naruto, taken aback, poured too much chakra into the technique, and Mizuki was instantly pinned to the pillar of a thick tree. Even though Naruto knew it was a traitor, he ran over to check on him. But then hands appeared from Mizuki's mouth, and in just 30 seconds, the entire snake Sannin had emerged. "How dare you, brat?" said a man with long hair and pale skin. "And what about me? I'm just..." Naruto couldn't speak as Orochimaru's powerful ki pinned him to the ground. The Sannin tried to swing a punch at the boy, but his leg went right through him with a gurgling sound. The Sannin stood there in shock. He'd seen a similar ability in the Hozuki clan, but they'd only exhibited it since they were at least 15. While Orochimaru was stunned, the ANBU and the Hokage arrived, placed paralysis seals on him, and sent him to the bloody prison. "Here, catch the sclerosis Hokage." Naruto threw the scroll. "Why sclerosis right away?" "Unroll the scroll." The Hokage unrolled the scroll. "I see. I forgot to change the scroll." "Okay, that's later here." The Hokage held out his hand, holding the bandage. "Thank you. Can I go?" "Yes, just don't forget to come to the team distribution tomorrow." "Okay." Naruto shouted, running away. Naruto woke up, and after completing all his water procedures, he looked at his watch. "Crap! What are you yelling about so early in the morning?" a female voice shouted back. "Sorry, Kiyo-san, I'm just late," Naruto shouted in a guilty voice. "Then hurry up," she said in a caring voice. "Okay," he shouted at last, and ran out of the house, not forgetting to close the door. This at Kiyo-san isn't so bad, Naruto thought. At first, she treated me with disdain, but after we met and talked, her attitude became softer. Lost in thought, Naruto didn't notice how he ran to his classroom and burst through the door. As he passed through, he stood in shock, and everyone in the audience looked at him with equal shock. Barely coming to his senses, he said, "Sorry I'm late, I overslept." "Okay, sit down. Hokage-san warned me about you." Naruto walked silently and sat down in his place. "Okay, since you're late for the speech anyway, let's get down to the distribution." Naruto didn't listen to anything. He just quietly waited for his mention. Team 7. Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, and Naruto Uzumaki. Yes, the pink-haired girl exclaimed joyfully. I'm with Sasuke. Did you hear, Ino? What? Because Sasuke broke the law and is in custody, Sai will take his place. And at that moment, a boy with short black hair and a doll-like face entered the classroom. There wasn't a single emotion on his face. Hello, I'm Sai. I'd be happy to work in your team. Yes, Sai, sit down. And yes, Hatake Kakashi will be the team's coach. After another 15 minutes, Irika finished and left. Gradually, the instructors withdrew their teams, and eventually only Team 7 remained. Naruto started a conversation. Hello, Sai. I'm Naruto Uzumaki. What are you doing? Hey, Naruto. Just drawing, Sai said, almost without emotion. Yeah. I'm lucky with my team. Demon, a weirdo, and even the sensei is an unpunctual idiot. Having said this, Sakura turned away from her teammates and saw Kakashi standing in the doorway. First impression, I don't like you. On the roof in 5 minutes. As soon as Kakashi disappeared into the haze, Sai did the same. Naruto went out the window and walked along the wall, and Sakura, offended, ran through the corridor to the roof. When she got there, she saw Naruto and Sai talking and Kakashi reading a book called The Tale of the Fearless Shinobi. When Kakashi saw that everything was already here, he put the book down and began. Well then, introduce yourself first. Kakashi-san, how should we introduce ourselves? Kakashi put his hand to his face. I'm Hatake Kakashi. I'm 27 years old. You don't need to know what I like. What I don't like is unimportant, and my dream won't be interesting to you. But you haven't really told me anything about yourself. Sakura protested. I think that's enough. Now you have pink hair. Okay, I'm Sakura Haruno. I'm 12 years old. I love Sasuke. My dream is to help Sasuke, and I don't like my team. She finished with a scream. Now it's me! Naruto shouted with a smile. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. I'm 12 years old. I like swimming, ramen, and one person. I don't like disdainful looks, and I have 2 dreams, to become the strongest person, and to make one person happy. And then a loud laugh suddenly rang out. Ha ha ha. The strongest man. Ha ha, you're a weakling. Make happy. Sakura suddenly fell silent because the ink snake had wrapped itself around her in such a way that she couldn't make a single sound and was also immobilized. Well, now it's my turn. I'm Sai. Author's note, it seems like it's too early for you to know this. I'm 13 years old. I like to draw and eat dango. I don't like people who haven't accomplished anything but think they're better than others, and I dream of living up to my father's expectations. Well, there's a test tomorrow at the 7th training ground at 8 o'clock, so don't be late, Kakashi said and disappeared. Sai, take the snake off Sakura. Fine. After the snake dismounted, Sakura went to fight Sai, but he turned to ink after the first blow. Sakura, covered in ink, burst into tears and ran away. Wow, when did you manage to replace yourself with a clone? Naruto asked. Back when I was drawing the snake. Wow. By the way, let's go somewhere to celebrate becoming a team. I suggest we go to the temporary residence. I'm for it. In the temporary shelter, they struck up a conversation and became friends. Naruto told him about his life, and Sai, listening, occasionally added about himself. They had a good time, while Naruto finished his 8th ramen and Sai barely finished his 2nd. The next day, everyone assembled at 8 o'clock sharp. Sakura was still covered in ink stains and furious as hell. Not only was the ink hard to wash off, but Sensei was an hour late. At 9 o'clock sharp, Kakashi appeared in the middle of the training ground. He explained the essence of the test, after which all the genins ran off in different directions. Naruto created a clone and sent it to Sakura, then absorbed himself into the ground and appeared next to Sai. The clone and Naruto began explaining their plan, but Sakura, exclaiming, "Fuck you, demon!" struck the clone, causing it to disintegrate into water. Realizing that he wouldn't get any help from Sakura, Naruto, and Sai began to come up with a new plan. Ink snakes began to swarm Kakashi from all sides, and thousands of miniature Naruto clones ran among them, while the original Naruto himself was making his way underground toward his sensei. Kakashi used a water technique, a wave of water that washed away all the clones and snakes. Kakashi was just starting to relax when he suddenly saw an ice spike emerge from the ground, cutting off one of the bells. Steam began escaping from the spike. Kakashi tried to jump back, but Naruto's water technique, Sea Beast Rupture Wave, flew at him. The technique looks like a 3-meter whale. Kakashi flew toward the tree where Sai was supposed to immobilize the teacher, but things went a little awry, and Sai was attacked by Sakura. A kunai hit him in the shoulder, and he fell from the tree. Sakura threw a couple more shuriken, but Kakashi blocked them all. "Sakura, what are you doing? You yourself said that only 2 will pass." "Ha ha ha, anyone who doesn't complete a mission is a nobody. But anyone who puts their comrades in danger is worse than nobody. Sakura, you failed the test and can no longer become a shinobi. Naruto, Sai, meet me at the Hokage's residence tomorrow at 9. Everyone is dismissed." On the way to the residence, Naruto thought, "How can I go to training with Shizuka Nakiofu without anyone noticing my disappearance? It's a day there, a year here, it's hard. Shadow clones." An unfamiliar voice was heard from somewhere. "Huh? Who is this?" Naruto looked around and saw no one. Well, yes, few people would be wandering through alleys and back streets. "I wonder," Naruto thought almost at the residence, "will Kakashi-sensei be late again, or does he always go to see the old Hokage on time?" When Naruto approached, he saw, oddly enough, Kakashi and Sai. It seemed they were waiting for him. Today, without being late, Kakashi-san? The joke is defended, but we need to hurry to the Hokage. They headed to the office. Along the way, the entire team wondered what would happen to the team. After all, there had never been a team with just 2 Jonin and a Jonin mentor. A team had to have 3 Jonin. With these thoughts, they went to the Hokage. "Hello, Hokage-sama." "Hello, father." "Hello, old Hokage." "Hello, so what should we do with your team? What do you think about this, Kakashi?" the Hokage asked. "I think they will be a strong team. They managed to show good teamwork during the test." "Do you still think they will work well with the 3rd member of the team?" "I think so. They don't seem to be problematic." "Okay, you can come in." After these words of the Hokage, a girl about a year younger than Naruto entered the office. She had chocolate-colored hair that was long and reached her shoulders. Her skin was pale, but against this paleness, her blush and cute facial features stood out. She was dressed in a purple t-shirt with yellow inserts on the sides and short blue shorts. "So, Kakashi, here's the scroll with the mission details. There's still 2 hours until the start, so you can come and meet me." "Hi, Hokage-sama," all the ninjas shouted at once. They went to the Konoha Park, stopped near a small lake into which Naruto immediately climbed. The rest sat down on a bench. "Well, it's time to introduce myself." They introduced themselves as before, and now it was our new girl's turn to introduce herself. "I'm Sana Sheen. I love ice cream and playing the flute, and I don't like damp, dark places. The dream, well, has already come true. Nice to meet you," Naruto shouted. "By the way, Kakashi-san, what is our mission?" "So, surprisingly, Rank B, we need to lead a trade caravan to a poor village." "How far is this village?" "Well, together with the caravan we'll get there in 2 days, and if we take the upper routes, then in half a day." "So close?" Sana asked in surprise. "Yes. You can go home and pack your things." Everyone went home. Naruto ran into the house and immediately grabbed his backpack. Packing an extra set of clothes, a sleeping bag, and a couple of scrolls with techniques he'd managed to copy from the Forbidden Scroll. "Okay, that seems to be it," Naruto shouted. "Kyo-san, we have our first mission today, and we're a B rank straight away." "Wow, that means you are strong, but he will still be careful." "Okay, goodbye." "Bye." Naruto ran to the village gates, even though there was still half an hour left, but he still wanted to arrive, if not first, then one of the first. At the same time, he thought that he wanted to earn extra income. Maybe open something like a restaurant? But that would require a lot of money. When you reach the gate, go into your subconscious. The same unfamiliar voice was heard again. "Who is this?" "Okay, I'll listen. The gates are right here." Having reached the gate, he saw Sai there. "Sai, are you already here?" It's a bit of a stupid question, but yes. In response, Naruto only smiled. Naruto leaned against the wall and tried to enter the subconscious, but it didn't work the first time. He found himself in a place resembling a sewer and simply walked straight ahead. Naruto didn't know why he went there, he just felt he had to go that way. At the end of the path was a huge room with a cage, from which blood-red eyes emerged. "Who are you? And why did you call?" "I am Azazie, and I have red eyes." Naruto stood there with a confused expression, unsure what to say. A loud laugh rang out in response. "Ha ha ha. You should have seen your face." Okay, they call me QB. The first thing I want to say is that your mother." Naruto began to be shaken by the shoulders. "Hey, wake up, we have a mission here," Sana said. "And I already have." "What did QB want to say anyway?" After a rather unpleasant exit from the subconscious, Team 7 set off with a caravan to Garudin Village. Beta White Medium Star means golden in Japanese. Doesn't suit her at all, XD. Since nothing interesting was happening, Naruto pulled out a scroll and began reading. For several hours, nothing happened, but suddenly a huge sword flew out of the bushes and flew straight at Uzumaki's chest. Kakashi wouldn't have been able to protect it, but splash, and it flew right through, getting stuck in the wagon, but he didn't even notice. Afterwards, a huge man who looked like a shark flew out at him and cut Naruto and the scroll apart, and the blonde boy screamed, "Hey, what are you doing?" "Wow, Zabuza, doesn't this guy remind you of anyone?" the shark-like man asked sarcastically. From the bushes emerged the one they called Zabuza. "Yes, the little one looks like Mangetsu. He was a capable guy, one of the few who was recognized by Samahata, and he was able to master all 7 swords of the fog. It's a pity I didn't survive the battle with my Dai. What can I say? Out of the 7, only you, me, and Kushimaru Kurire survived. How is he there?" "I don't know. The last time I saw him was 2 years ago. He wanted to rejoin the Mizukage squad." "Maybe we should come back too? Let's go!" Zabuza took the sword and went into the forest with Kisame. "What was that?" Sana asked. "I don't know, Sana. I don't know." "Naruto, are you okay?" "Sort of." The rest of the journey was quiet, and then it got dark, and the caravan stopped for the night. "Kakashi-san, I recently saw you summon a dog. How did you do it?" The whole team sat closer. "It was a summoning technique. Can you show me?" "Certainly." Kakashi cut his finger, performed hand seals, and placed his hand on the ground. Smoke appeared, followed by a small pug with a Konoha headband on its forehead. "Wow, how cute. Can I touch it?" "Can." Sana picked up Pakin and started petting him. "What a useful technique, Kakashi-san." Naruto began to slowly make the same seals as Kakashi. "Naruto, Estio." Before Kakashi could even finish speaking, Naruto disappeared with a pop. "Ah, how bright," he said, involuntarily closing his eyes. Hearing the sound of footsteps, Naruto turned toward the sound, but was also unable to open his eyes. "Who are you?" A soft, surprised voice sounded. I'm Naruto." "And who are you?" My name is Kaijo. How did you get here? And I. All right. An unknown being, introducing himself as Kaijo, touched Naruto's forehead with its horn, and the pain in his eyes subsided, allowing him to look around. What he saw left him in an indescribable shock. He was in a place where everything was unlike anything he'd ever seen. The sky was yellow, the ground beneath his feet was pink, and, most surprising of all, standing before him was his own unicorn. Its fur was turquoise, and its horn was the color of some kind of coral. So how did you get here? I repeated the summoning technique seals after Sensei. I see. You are destined to sign a contract with us. Come, I'll take you to the Elder. Okay, but where are we going? The unicorn traced a sign with its hoof that Naruto couldn't see, and then a forest appeared around them, but it was unusual, as if it had been painted on. A little further on, a village began to appear. How did they build it, with hooves? Or horns? Although, the stream of not particularly intelligent thoughts was interrupted by someone's voice. Kaijo, who did you bring here? Yoda Nane, he came here through the summoning technique. Wow, it's not often that people come here. Okay, let's go. The Elder is waiting. Why yes, let's go. Entering the huge building, Naruto saw a large unicorn, a little less than 6 meters tall, fiery in color, and with a long beard. Hello, Naruto. I've been waiting for you. How do you know me? And what does it mean you were waiting for me? When I was still a foal, the sage of the 6 paths came to my father and said, one day a man will come to the east, battered by life, but still kind. Teach him everything you know, and pass it on to him. This? What is this? The sage nodded to the side. There was a sword, completely gray. Naruto wanted to touch it, but... Stop! The Elder shouted. But why? You are still too weak to touch him. Show him. Naruto saw a green unicorn, not much bigger than himself. He threw a red flower onto the sword, and as soon as it touched the sword, it immediately crumbled into dust. Oh, that would happen to me too? Yes. All right. I have a mission there. I need to hurry. Okay. Sakuraru, come here. A very small unicorn, the size of a large dog, emerged from behind the Elder, but instead of a body, it had a scroll. Do you know what to do? I can guess. The boy bit his finger and wrote his name and fingerprints in blood. Now I will transport you to your world, to the same place from which you disappeared. Later you will perform the summoning, and then a unicorn will be born to match you. Understood? Yes. Then get ready. After the sage touched Uzumaki with his horn, he disappeared in a cloud of smoke. Oh, Naruto, you're back. Ah, yes. How long have I been gone? He asked, rubbing his eyes. About 10 minutes, Kakashi said in a calm voice. Huh? But about 2 hours passed there. He finished thinking in his head. Stop. What's wrong with your eyes? What do you mean? What do you mean, Sana? Do they glow blue? What? After everyone had thoroughly admired Naruto's new eye color, they went to bed. The next morning, after they had eaten, they continued on their way. Late in the evening, the village of Garudin, renowned throughout the Land of Fire for its fairs, became visible over the horizon. Upon entering the village, an elder was waiting at the gate. Hello, I see the caravan has arrived safe and sound. Hello, Team 7 bowed. Okay, guys, you can go free, and the elder and I will go discuss business, Kakashi said, and let the children go. Okay, let's go shopping, sighed Naruto. Sana suggested, already imagining all sorts of souvenirs in her head. Let's. Excuse me, but I need to train, Naruto said, clasping his palms together. Elder-san, where can I train around here? Follow this road. The man pointed with his index finger. There you will find polygons, and call me Tada-san. Okay, Tada-san. Naruto ran along the road, and 15 minutes later he reached the training ground. So I was told to do the summoning. After he performed the hand seals, a small ball of dark blue fur appeared before him. Naruto watched it silently, and after a few minutes, the ball began to move and opened. A unicorn about a meter tall appeared before Naruto. It had small wings and a golden horn, and its eyes glowed with orange flames. Wow. Hi. Hello, master. Tell me your name, and tell me my name. I'm Naruto. And you? Are you a girl or a guy? I'm clearly a guy. Well then. Naruto began to think about the name. You will be Mizu Unicorn. Mizu Unicorn, I like it. A smile appeared on the unicorn's face. What are we going to do, master? Please don't call me master, just Naruto. Fine. Let's practice a little, Naruto suggested. Train? What do you mean? It's all very easy, you just need to. At the same time, on the other side of the village. Sana, wait! Where are you running? What if you crash into someone? You won't catch up, haha. Carefully. And at that moment, Sana flew into a passing shinobi and fell. Oh! Sana rubbed her forehead. I'm so sorry, I didn't see you. Who gave you the armband? And why, if you didn't even notice me? Well, you bumped into me, I was offended, now you have to make up for it. Shinobi pulled Sana into an alley. Hey! Stop! The girl tried to break free. The shinobi turned towards the sound and saw Sai, hung with bags with a scroll and a brush in his hands. This is a stone shinobi, clearly not a genin. I can't handle it myself, only if it's unexpected. Are you trying to stop me? Exactly. Ink snakes emerged from the corners of the trash cans and wrapped themselves around the shinobi. Sana, come on. Sana started playing the flute. Ha ha ha. Are you planning to defeat us with this? Ha ha. The shinobi fell asleep peacefully. Let's run. It's unlikely to stop him for long. They ran to some eatery and went inside. Oh, it's a belt. I'll have to bring Naruto here. Why? Sana asked, sitting down at the table. He likes ramen. Sai smiled, narrowing his eyes. Then he crouched down and drew two birds, and when he finished, they flew out of the belt. Where are you taking them? To Naruto. Naruto and the unicorn were already circling the training ground for the 50th time. Naruto, something is flying towards us. Where? Oh, that's it, stop. Two ink birds flew up and one of them turned into a message. Naruto, follow the bird. It will lead you to the belt. Oh, that's good. But what should we do with you? What are you talking about? Not you, but you. Well, you'll just attract too much attention. Ah, that's what you mean, don't worry, I can do that. Mizu transformed into a boy a year younger than Naruto, with blue hair and a black kimono with blue patterns. That's better. Let's go! 15 minutes later, Naruto and Mizu are in the waiting room with Sai and Sana. Naruto, who is this? Sai asked, looking at Mizu. I am Mizu Unicorn, Naruto's summon. A summoning, then. Is it possible to summon a person? He is a unicorn. He can just turn into a human. Oh, cool! Sana stood up, clenching her fists, smiling as she looked at Mizu. Then she sat him and Naruto down at the table. Let's eat! They ate. Sana took one plate, Sai 2, Mizu 6, and Naruto 8. How does it fit inside you? Don't even know. Hello, I see you're having fun here. Kakashi-san, don't scare me like that. Okay, let's go to the hotel. We'll hit the road tomorrow morning. Team Kakashi, along with Mizu, set out from the village at 6 in the morning. Why doesn't Mizu Unicorn go to the summoning world if it's your summoning? I didn't even ask, Kakashi-san, Naruto muttered thoughtfully. That's because we're not exactly an ordinary conscription. In terms of? Well, look, ordinary calls multiply by themselves. I think you don't need me to explain how this happens. No, it's not necessary, go on. Okay, We can reproduce the usual way, but we also appear when summoned. You could say I was born after you summoned me. And unicorns born this way must live in the human world for 2 years. Then we can produce normal chakra ourselves. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Let me explain. Summoned animals can only use natural chakra, and in our world it's scarce. To be here, they use the chakra they use when summoning. It's not infinite, and when it runs out, the animals are simply pulled back to their home world. But yours, it's slowly draining your chakra now, creating a chakra pool. Wow! So Naruto has such a unique summoning. It turns out this way, Sana. So wait, it creates a chakra pool? But how did you figure that out, Kakashi-san? Even though my sensor is not so dense, I feel how a chakra center and channels are forming in it. Clear. The rest of the journey passed practically without conversation. Right in front of the village gates. Ouch. What is Naruto? It's nothing, Kakashi-san, my hand just burns. What is it? Seal? What kind of seal is this? Not now, I have a very bad feeling. Quickly to the Hokage. As the team ran through the village, everyone except Mizu was haunted by the feeling that something bad was about to happen, or had already happened. They ran into the office. A terrifying scene appeared before them. The Hokage, sitting against the wall with a katana in his chest. Shouts immediately began to ring out. Father! Old man! Danzo-sama! The children ran up and began checking on their Hokage, but Kakashi stood aside, understanding everything. And then a representative of the Uchiha clan burst into the office. Hokage-sama, Uchiha Sasuke is missing. What's going on here? Shimura Danzo's funeral was held the next day. All of Konoha gathered. The rain fell as if mourning the death of a good man. By evening, the cemetery was empty save for 2 people. As you might have guessed, they were Sai and Naruto. They stood there silently until late into the night, and then Kakashi noticed them and forced them home, saying, "We have a mission tomorrow." In the morning, the entire team gathered near the residence. "Oh, Mizu, where were you yesterday?" "In the forest." "Okay, let's begin the mission." "What is the mission?" "We need to go to Hiruzen Sarutobi and convince him to become Hokage." "I don't understand something. What's so difficult about the mission?" "The difficulty is that he lives in one of the nearby villages, and it is not known which one specifically. He moves to a different village every week," Kakashi explained. "Is it clear when we leave?" "At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and in the meantime you can rest and prepare your things." Sound. Poof. And Kakashi was gone. Everyone went their separate ways. Naruto decided that since it was still 9 o'clock, he might as well practice. He arrived at the training ground and started warming up, but suddenly stopped at someone's gaze. Turning around, he noticed his yellow eyes with black elongated pupils, long black hair, and a long tongue. "What? But you were sent to prison. How did you get out?" "You think it was difficult? They blocked the chakra source, but I mostly use natural chakra," Sanin hissed, raising his hands. "What? Like appeals?" "Yes, but that's not important. By the way, how do you like my gift?" "What are you talking about?" "Haha, about the old man, of course." Naruto fell silent. "So it was you." Naruto rushed towards the Sannin to hit him, but Orochimaru's strike was so fast that Naruto did not see his movements. "Don't forget yourself, brat." After these words, he disappeared into the snakes. After hearing and seeing what he'd seen, Naruto headed for the gate. Entering the house, he grabbed his still unpacked backpack and a couple of scrolls. On his way to the gate, he felt the urge to stop by the cemetery to check on the old man. Once there, he saw Kakashi. "So these are the kind of old ladies you helped cross the road." "Aw, it's you, Naruto." "Well, it seems so." After standing with the man for a while, Naruto said, "Okay, I'm going." "Yeah, right." Our half-blonde guy went on, lost in thought, and walked like that for about 15 minutes, and then someone flew into his back and hugged him. And what? Naruto, why haven't you visited for so long? Aw, I'm sorry. I just didn't have time. What happened to you? In what sense? In the most literal sense. In the couple of months you haven't visited us, you've changed a lot. You don't smile anymore. You just walk around pensive. Naruto turned around and hugged her. Okay, I'm sorry. It's just that a lot happened. Ayam pulled herself out of the embrace, took Naruto's hand, and pulled him along with her. Well then, let's go and tell me what's bothering you. Okay. Naruto was a little taken aback, but didn't argue. They walked deeper into the park and sat down on a bench. Tell me everything, the girl demanded. What should I tell you? All. Naruto thought for a moment, choosing the words to begin with. The entire story, in detail, about the past days took about 2 hours. Yes, a lot happened. Yeah. I am laid down on the guy's lap. Can you sing? I don't know. I haven't sung for anyone, and it's somehow not right to evaluate myself. Sing something for me. For example, what? Whatever you want. Okay then. On the cold ground, there stands a big city. The streetlights are burning, and the cars are honking, and above the city is night, and above the night is the moon, and today the moon is red like a drop of blood. The house stands, the light is on, you can see the distance from the window. That's where the sadness comes from. After a few more songs, and admiring the sleeping Ayam, Naruto realized it was time for his mission. He picked up the girl and headed to the Ichiraku family's apartment, where he'd been a couple of times before. Lost in thought, he didn't even notice he'd arrived. He jumped through the window and placed the girl on the bed, admired her for a few minutes, then jumped out and walked casually to the gate. He knew he was already half an hour late. Almost there, the ninja met Kakashi, and they walked together silently to the gate. Well, why are you late? I was helping an old lady cross the street, Sensei and student said in unison. Then they looked at each other and blinked. Yeah, so I believed you, Sana exclaimed indignantly, crossing her arms. Well, don't get so worked up. Sai tried to calm his friend. Yes, Sana, I agree with Sai. What? Mizu, are you going there too? Okay, come on, we need to get started on the mission. Kakashi decided to calm them down. By the way, you said that this is a seal. Naruto raised his hand to the wrist that had the seal. Exactly. This is the Hokage's seal of preservation. It's different from the others in that it's undetectable by the chakra applied, and only the Hokage can place it. Yours was placed by the third Hokage, and it seems to have been programmed to manifest after his death. It means the Hokage seal. Yes, it was invented by the first Hokage, Yukihei Madurai. How do I open it? Well, actually, I think it's easy. You need to pour chakra into the seal. Like this? After the chakra flowed in, a strange piece of paper with the name Hiruzen Sarutobi appeared in Naruto's hand. What Bible map? Kakashi blurted out in shock. What? What's a bibliocard? It was developed by the second Hokage, Tobirama Senju. It's made from hair or nails and a specific person's chakra, and it points the way to that person. But Hiruzen's Bible map disappeared about 2 years ago. Stop. So this way we can find Hiruzen-sama faster. Yes, Sana, you are absolutely right. The Bible map led them to the village of Muramatsuri. They reached it in 2 days by the upper roads. Once there, Sarutobi was found at a food stall in the middle of the festival. Hello, dear Sarutobi-san. So let's skip the formalities and go to my hotel room. I'll be at the hotel in 20 minutes. So, little Kakashi, what do you need from me? Konoha needs your help. So I only spent 3 years retired after becoming an elder. By the way, who's the new elder? Shinakanara. And yes, we are not talking about that. Yeah, brother Shikakanari. So why does this village need me? You must become Hokage. What do you mean? What about Danzo? He was killed by an unknown person. It was Orochimaru, Naruto shouted. What? Kid, what made you think that? He told me this himself. What? But he's in prison. Little Kakashi, I'm telling you as his teacher, he's the kind of guy who can get out of anything. It'll just take a different amount of time. And yes, I will become Hokage. Okay, then he leaves tomorrow at lunchtime. And now to his rooms, Kakashi commanded. Waking early in the morning, the half-blonde man headed into the forest. After completing an intensive training session, he sat down under a tree and entered the subconscious. This time, he appeared right in front of the cage. Hello, he said respectfully. Hello, what do you need? Well, I just wanted to open the storage seal with you. After all, you have been with me all my life. Come on, open up. After infusing a massive amount of chakra, the seal emptied. And there, before Naruto and the Kyuubi, lay the sword and scroll. Well, Snot, open the scroll and read. Okay. Naruto began to read the contents of the scroll. Hello, Naruto. This is Danzo Shimura. I don't know how old you are now, because I'm writing this the day after your birthday, but that's not the point. If you're reading this, that means I'm dead, and you most likely don't know who your parents are. I'll now describe what happened on the day of your birth. Let's start with who your parents are. This is Uzumaki Namikaze Minato and Kushina Hozuki. Your father has a double surname. I think I don't need to explain why. You've studied history well, after all. Let's continue. On February 10th, the fourth Hokage's wife was about to give birth, and during labor, she was attacked and the Kyuubi was extracted from her. The masked man introduced himself as Hashirama Senju. After he extracted the Kyuubi, he subdued it with a Rinnegan in his left eye. Your father fought the masked man to the death, while Hiruzen and I tried to stop the fox. When Hashirama was about to lose, he simply vanished, after which Minato teleported first to Kushina and you, and then to us. So together, they pushed the tailed beast out of the village. Yes, they were monsters after we ran to them. We saw the disappearing god of death and the dead bodies of your parents. As I understand it, they sealed the Kyuubi within you using the death god's seal. That same night, there was a council where almost everyone voted to send you to the orphanage. I, Hiruzen, Shikaku Nara, and Inoichi Yamanaka were against. Minato and Kushina's funeral was this morning. Okay, that's all for now. Goodbye, Naruto. Say hello to Hiruzen. So what does this mean? The fourth Hokage is my father? Naruto cried for quite a while after these words. On behalf of Mizu, I woke up around 9 o'clock. Naruto was gone, so I went looking for him. It wasn't hard, since I was constantly absorbing his chakra, so I just had to follow the chakra web. Entering the forest, I heard a song. Coming closer, I saw that it was Naruto singing. Life gave me a cool reception. Those who were born will understand me. Gets love for free. He who sings the sweetest. When childhood ended, I realized one thing. What I inherited was almost nothing. And for a broken heart, it's pure rock and roll. When childhood ended, day and night, like a man possessed. I was looking for my father. I was told that the Pope is in Rome. Replaces the Creator. Crackling. Mizu stepped on a branch. Who's here? It's me. Mizu? What are you doing here? I woke up and saw that you were gone, so I came here. Okay, let's go eat something. Yes, let's go! Mizu shouted joyfully. Around lunchtime, Team 7 headed home with the new Hokage. It seemed like only 2 days' journey. What could possibly happen? But it turns out it could. On the morning of the second day, there was an interesting meeting. Naruto, can you hear me? There are sounds of battle ahead. Yes, I hear you. Let's hurry up. Kakashi, maybe someone needs help there. No, that could be dangerous. Come on, Kakashi, you're an elite Jonin, and you have some pretty strong Genin in your squad, and I'm the Hokage. There's no point in arguing with Naruto. Okay, he said resignedly. Let's speed up. After running about 100 meters, they encountered a somewhat strange sight. A battle was raging in the middle of a clearing. A man in green robes, 3 swords, and green hair was fighting 50 bandits, and, surprisingly, he was winning. After a brief battle and dispatching the bandits, the stranger first approached a tree, picked up a bottle of sake, and headed toward our team, sipping from the long neck. Hello! He waved with one hand, while the other held the almost empty bottle. Hello! The team greeted politely. Have you by any chance seen a man in a straw hat and with a huge scar on his chest? Sorry, sir, but we didn't see it, Kakashi replied. Damn! The man scratched the back of his head. Those idiots are lost again. Okay, bye. With these words, the man's silhouette retreated further and further into the depths of the forest. After a few minutes of confusion, the team continued on their way. Nothing else of interest happened, not even the bandits attacked. When they finally reached the village, Umbu flew up to Hiruzen and took him away. I was just wondering, why did they send a team of Jinin on this mission and not Elite 8 BU? Honestly, I don't know, Sai. The elders gave me this assignment. Something's not clear. Okay, you can go your separate ways. I'll report to the Hokage myself. Yeah, the Hokage's report about how they followed the Hokage. Naruto grinned. Okay, everyone run away. After these words, only the guards remained at the gate. Naruto and Mizu went to Ichiraku and started talking along the way. Naruto, why are we going to Ichiraku's? Are you hungry? No. And we're not exactly going to Ichiraku. It's just in the same place. So why do we need to go there? We're going to Iam. Ah, to your girlfriend. Anyway, where from? Naruto blushed. Sai told me. Damn, we're going to her. Why? Well, it's just 2 days ago into Naruto's subconscious. It's a small thing. You'll need to leave the village for a while. For what? To training. But I can train with a katana in the village too. Don't be an idiot. Firstly, you'll be training in more than just swordsmanship. Secondly, your father, armed with nothing but this katana, defeated the combined army of Cloud and Stone. So, do you think this is an ordinary katana? No. Exactly. So when we get back, you'll get time off. I don't know how you'll do it, but you have to. Okay, I get it. But do I really have to leave alone? What do you suggest? Well, just Mizu and Iam. No, nothing bad will happen if they go with you. But it's not enough for you to ask permission to go for yourself. You'll also have to ask permission for them. Yes, it will be difficult, but I can handle it. Well done. Our time. Approaching Ichiraku, Naruto asked to call Iam. After standing in the alley, there were already 3 of them. Iam, Mizu, I need to leave the village for a while, and I wanted to ask if you wanted to come with me. Well, Naruto found someone to ask. I am your summons. I will go to any place in the world with you. And I'll go anywhere with you. The girl smiled. Iam, will your father let you go? Don't worry, Naruto. I'll manage to get time off. Okay, then Mizu and I will go to the Hokage, and you to your father. Iam nodded, and a minute later everyone had left. 15 minutes later, they were standing outside the office. Well, shall we go in? Let's. There is a knocking sound. May I come in? Come in. Hello again, Hokage-sama. Naruto and Mizu bowed. What is your reason for coming? We need to leave the village for a while for training. Wow, right on the mark. Just the 2 of you, or is there someone else? Yes, there is one more person. Who is he? She? This is Iam Ichiraku. Yeah, well, look, releasing Ms. Unicorn won't be a problem, since he's not registered as a village resident. Releasing Iam Ichiraku isn't a problem either since she's not a ninja. But releasing you will be a bit of a problem. First, you're a ninja, and your help might be needed in the village. Second, you're a Jinchuriki, and the elders have plans for you, and they won't want to let you leave the village. These issues need to be resolved somehow. Any suggestions? There is one, and it seems to solve these two problems. Marvelous! I can make a water clone and infuse it with Kyuubi's chakra. Such clones could theoretically withstand as much damage as I could. Okay, when are you planning to set out? I would like to today. Today already? Okay, create a clone of yourself here, and your task is to sneak in without anyone seeing you. Will it be possible to inform our team? They'll have a mission tomorrow, and then I'll tell them everything. You can all go free. 20 minutes later, they headed back to Ichiraku. Hello, Tuchi-san. Where is Ayam? Ah, hello, Naruto and Mizu. And Mizu, Ayam will be here soon. She's packing her things. And did you let her go? Where would I have gone? By the way, how did the Hokage let you go? He let us go a little too easily. Yes, Mizu, I think he has some plans for us. Guys, are you here yet? Did they let you in? Yes, we are already ready. Where are your things? In the seal. Naruto showed his hand. So, Mizu, explain the plan to Ayam, and I'll wait for you 200 meters from the gate. After these words, Naruto disintegrated into water and disappeared. Thus began Naruto's new adventure. Return. The end? =========================================================================================================================Naruto had changed his style, and now this guy with a pigtail below his waist, and a light blue sweatshirt with white fur along the edges, black knee-length shorts, and standard black sandals was sitting in Ichiraku. Yes, Naruto, I can't even believe how much you've changed in all this time. We haven't seen each other in ages. You could have visited. Old man Tucci said without reproach, a hint of sadness in his voice. Hey, that's how it turned out, Tucci-san. I'm already 20, after all. Yes. I can just imagine how Ayam has changed. The shop owner smiled, looking forward to meeting his daughter. So, what? Can I step out for a little while? Yes, of course, go ahead. He barely had time to finish speaking when the boy vanished without a trace. A blue blur streaked across the village, but everyone understood. It was Uzumaki. Over all this time, he had become good friends with almost everyone in the village. Naruto had already run past the post of the napping Izumi and Kotetsu, and a few minutes later he ran up to a group of people who weren't all humans. Before him stood a beautiful girl, a boy, a fox, and a complete copy of himself. A bowling ball-sized ball of water floated around him, with a guppy swimming in it. The Naruto clone who had been in the village entered the original and disappeared. Well, Ayam, let's hurry. Your father really misses you. Yes, sister, you are probably tired. Sit on me. Kurama, won't it be hard for you? What are you talking about? I'm the one who can destroy the entire village. And you think you'll be too much for me? Yes, we are convinced of this. Shizuka Nakiofu, we agreed not to mention this, and the village was abandoned. Let's hurry up. I want to meet the team already. Okay. The last one in Ichiraku pays for everyone. Having said this, Naruto rushed towards the village as fast as he could, the others following him. 5 minutes later, everyone was standing near Ichiraku, and some were flying. Naruto was the first to arrive with Shizuka Nakiofu, then Ayam, and Kurama was the last. Fulfill the agreement, you pay. The fox fell on his stomach and began to beat the ground with his paw. Well, no. No way. Then all my savings will go down the drain. Old man Tucci ran out of the shop and hugged Ayam. Ayam, I can't believe it's really you. You've changed so much. You've become such a beauty. Old man Tucci said with a happy smile and tears in his eyes. Of course, father. 8 years have passed. The girl burst into tears and hugged her father. In honor of your return, ramen for everyone on the house. You and your wallet are lucky, you fluffy ass, said Shizuka Nakiofu, and when his words reached the fox, he let out a calm sigh. Shut up, you stinking fish. What kind of talking animals are these? Tucci asked, puzzled and interested. It's a bit of a long story. How about I tell it over a bowl of ramen? Naruto suggested. The man nodded his head. Okay. Everyone sat down on chairs, and Kurama ran off somewhere. Where is he going? He doesn't eat ramen. He ran into the forest to hunt. Clear. A couple of minutes later, a bowl of hot ramen with meat was in front of Naruto, Mizu, and Ayam. Well, go ahead.